Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Sharice and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy. I was shocked because writing has always been a hard thing for me. Mm-hmm. And so, but I was using full transparency. I was using ChatGPT to really kind of help me create the outline and everything. And then after I told ChatGPT like everything that I really wanted in the book, I thought I was going to come up with like a 10-page ebook, and it's like 63 pages. And
wow. Okay. Awesome.
So we need, and I haven't layered it with the stories yet. And so for those of you guys who are thinking about using ChatGPT to write your book, please do. Like, oh my God, it makes it so much easier, especially if you have a fear of writing. I won't say have a fear of writing. It's just I've had such a hard time learning to write. Mm-hmm. And so even in my grad program, my last paper, I remember being on the fetal position, like on the carpet. And so it was really nice to be able to speak into the AI and say, this is what I want this paragraph to say. This is what I want this outline to be. This is what I want this content. And then it kind of write it for me and then tweak and say, no, that's not it. Add this. No, that's not it. Add this. No, that. And so I really enjoyed that process. And so I'm feeling so excited and rejuvenated about everything, because I really hope that my hope is that I produce a book that gives people real information and help. I hate buying books and the person is just selling their coaching program. And so I've wasted my $12 to $20 mm-hmm. in getting things that I could have heard from off your YouTube channel. Like I buy a book from you, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to buy your coaching program. I probably will get your coaching program if I get value from the book. And so when you guys write books, I know there are a lot of people who say, just write a book. It don't matter what it say. Or write a book to sell your program. I'm going to say, please, build integrity in your offering. Absolutely. And so when you write a book, fill it with like practical steps that people can use, that people can execute, that people can do. And you don't have to tell them everything, but tell them at least, if I'm buying a book, I need to be able to at least take away one piece of information mm-hmm. that I can implement into my business, which will make me hungrier for your program. But if I read your book and I'm like, you ain't tell me anything, and this is the same thing, you already told me on YouTube, so I just wasted my money, and that doesn't feel good. I've had that a couple of times, and it completely turned me off from those people. Where
It is.
So that's where I am. Where are you, Sharice?
And that is such an amazing segue into our conversation this morning, talking about using AI and then, also integrity. I think it's important that we understand how to use AI with integrity.
Yes.
And not being so lazy. It's a tool.
Yeah.
It is not your ultimate resource. Mm-mm. So you are the ultimate resource, you know, mm-hmm. and you have to use it accordingly, which is why I want to talk about the imposter syndrome. So goodness, I have so much to say about that. I cannot get myself on Facebook today. I've been trying, gosh, and I cannot figure this thing out. I'm still going to be trying to figure it out while we're talking, but because it's so important. I made an announcement on there this morning, but I realized when I was going in on my cell phone, and it wasn't recognizing that device. So I'm trying back over on the computer.
Okay,
trying to make it get it to recognize here. So anyway. Realizing that, first of all, letting you know 70% of the adults deal with imposter syndrome. So let's be clear, you are not alone. Okay. And then what does that look like? What does the imposter syndrome look like? Y'all, I'm not please disregard my distraction. I really wanted to be on Facebook today. So if I get notifications that I can get on, I'm going to be
You
getting on.
know.
So
All
just,
right. And I, for the first time, am trying to follow LinkedIn and see if anybody's putting any comments on LinkedIn. And
yeah,
so I'm gonna be looking around as well as I'm trying to see if people are leaving comments on LinkedIn. Because we
yeah.
would love this to be interactive. We do want to hear
Yes.
what you
Oh
guys
my
have to
goodness. And
say.
they've been missing us on Facebook.
Oh, tell them I'm sorry. Just
Yeah,
it's a tech glitch. As
a
soon as we
tech
can get it
glitch.
fixed,
Yeah,
we'll have
we're
it
gonna
back.
figure it out. So anyway, let me get back on topic. So
Okay. So,
number one, I had to recognize that most of the women that I deal with, no matter what walk of life, no matter who they are, accolades, education, who they are, I realized that the common stream was imposter syndrome.
oh wow.
It took me a minute to realize what was happening, but as
Mm,
I started to dive into the imposter syndrome more, I was like, it's practically everyone. Then when I started to look at the stats, I'm like, it's practically everyone. And if they haven't been there, if they're healing from it, if
mhm.
they are coming through it, they've been there at some point.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, and I think you give a really great definition and articulation of what imposter syndrome is, but it's that. Oh, yeah, yeah. In one of our other podcasts, when we talked about it,
I'm like, I
it's
don't know what I
that
said.
whole, yeah, it's that whole, oh, they're gonna find me out. I'm
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
I just got lucky.
Hmm.
I just got lucky. I'm really not that good.
Hmm.
I just happened up on this. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
you happened up on all that 20, 30 years of information you've
Hmm.
been investing in all these years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just happened up on it. Yeah,
Right.
you just got lucky, right? So, and what I noticed with me being on the image side and behind the scenes,
Hmm.
I deal with a lot of alpha powerhouse women, okay, who
Woohoo.
are bosses, who are also amazing servants. They know how to, fill their position. But in the midst of those deep conversations, those personal conversations, what I hear? I hear, so what'd you think? Did you hear what I said? Did you
Yeah.
see me?
Hmm.
What'd you think about what I
Hmm.
said? Did I say enough? Did I say the right thing? I'm talking about
Yeah.
bosses on big stages.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get to see a different side, which is how I've developed so much
Hmm.
empathy for
Yeah.
the boss
It's
women. You
true.
know what I mean? And I understand, how they can absolutely, be amazing on stage, be amazing on social, show up and then walk off and collapse. you know?
Right. Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's deep. It's deep. It's almost like a wedding. I never forget when I was styling a client for a wedding. One of my best friends and I, we were behind the scenes with her because I was referred to her from that client. So we
Hmm.
were behind the scenes, and it's like she walked up to the mirror. She was dressed, her makeup was done, hair just fully dressed, right?
Hmm.
As the bride getting ready
Hmm.
to walk out. I'm always with the bride right before they walk out, right? And this particular bride, high powered woman,
Yeah.
right? Successful woman, she walked up to the mirror and she literally wailed like, and we turned and we were like,
What's going on? What happened?
what's wrong? And she was just like, I don't, I don't feel like I belong here.
Oh wow.
She was like, I just don't feel like I belong here. Like, am I enough? Can I do this? And this was a
Hmm.
wedding. This is her wedding day.
Right.
And This was, like I said, an high powered woman boss,
Yeah.
in corporate, and very high level, very articulate, intelligent, brilliant, and that was her response to herself when she walked up to that mirror and saw herself. And it said, am I enough? Am I going to be able to do this?
Wow.
And that was one of the moments in my career, because it was personal. It's like my career is so personal and business at the same time. That's why
Mm-hmm.
I've learned so many of my skill sets in that space.
Because they go together.
They go
They really
together.
go. Because Abraham Hicks says this in such a fabulous statement. Wherever you go, you take yourself. And so, and then another statement is how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yes.
And so it really is. And one of my coaches used to say, your business will be your coach if you let it, because you may not see it in yourself, but it'll come through in your business real loud and clear. And so that if you just work on the stuff that comes up, it will get better professionally and personally. And I actually had this wonderful he was a client one time, but we actually got off and talking about his business, and he was saying, and I was so proud of him. I was like, yes, you got it. He was saying, I've got to get this personal stuff together because this is how my character was showing up in my business too.
Yeah.
Right? I was
Yeah. Yeah.
got it.
Real.
It's not like you have one character here and then you switch a mode and you have another character. Like your character's your character.
Yeah.
And so, yes. Okay, keep going. This is such good stuff.
Okay, yeah, it is good stuff. So once I realized that, that's how my work ended up going so much deeper than just the whole styling. I'm like, oh, I'm so close to these women. Oh, I see what this journey looks like. And then my clients are like forever clients. And this is the reason why, we get so tight. We're so locked in. And then I'm like, I'm like the vault. I told you, I'm the one you can tell anything and it's going to stay with me. It's not going anywhere, and I want them to feel comfortable with that. But with that being said, it's like I get to see the vulnerability. Okay, so one of the things, so when it comes to the imposter syndrome, there are a couple things that I really wanted to focus in on today, Natalie. I want people to understand how imposter syndrome shows up in your business. We can talk all day about what it is, but I want to talk about how it shows up in your life and business. And then we're going to talk about, how to deal. All right. So first of all, in business, one of the number one ways that it shows up is in your pricing.
Whoa, you did not just step on everybody's toes with that. Why are you going to come out the gate messing with us?
I did.
Stop it. Stop it. It's a Tuesday morning. Do not beat us up like that.
It's Tuesday morning, baby. And
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know she was going to bring out the belt. I did not know she was going to bring out the belt first thing.
Yes, we're going to deal. We're going to deal. We're going to deal. So pricing. Oh gosh, I dealt with pricing so often, so long, because I just felt like, I wasn't enough. And that's pretty much what it is. I'm not enough, meaning that all that education, all that investing I've done in myself, all these certifications, all these resources and tools that I have to bring to the table, all these programs, they're just still not enough, and so therefore, well, I'm going to price myself here.
Yes.
So that I can stay, with the market standards, and people can afford me, and people won't think I think I'm better.
Oh, say that, because women are notorious for I want to be good, but I don't want to be too good. I don't want them to think that I'm too good for my own britches, as the old people would say, And so women are always kind of fighting this. I want to be good, but not too good. Like I want to be great, but not too great. Like I don't want to outpace my peers because I want to continue to be accepted. That's a big one for us.
Isn't that good?
Huge
Isn't
one.
that good?
Yeah.
So, okay, so if you're underpricing, what do you think you're doing if you're underpricing?
So A, you're not modeling well. You're not
Mhm.
modeling
Mhm.
value. You're not
Mhm.
modeling good pricing models.
Mm.
B, you aren't valuing your services. And so
Mhm.
if you aren't setting that precedent for not valuing your services, how do you expect your clients to value you if you're devaluing yourself?
Mhm.
So those are the two things that come up for me. What do you think? And not to mention you
Well,
ain't making enough money. But okay, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And we're gonna dive into that too. And I'm gonna say this part, and I'm gonna leave it for you for a hot second because I gotta grab the charger because I moved locations. But
Okay.
so and this thing goes fast.
Yeah.
So you are most likely over serving to prove
Oh,
yourself.
yes.
Okay, so you're gonna underprice yourself,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna go and overserve, which sets
Mm-hmm.
the wrong expectation of the client.
Yes.
They expect you to be cheap, and then they expect all of this. So you're doing a disservice
Yeah.
to them and yourself
Mm-hmm.
because now they think that, oh, this is what this costs. Nah, this isn't what this costs. This is me
It's true.
underpricing myself
Mm-hmm.
and then over serving you,
Yeah.
because I'm still trying to prove that I'm worthy
Yeah.
for you to be my client,
Mm-hmm.
you
And
know?
when you do that, okay, now's a good time for you to go. So because
Okay.
I can talk about that. All right. So when you do that, you set up for yourself. I feel like hey, you put yourself on the little rabbit hamster wheel because you were trying to prove and prove and prove and prove. And so you're doing too much. You're probably doing too much content or saying too much in your content and overworking in your content because you're doing too much. You're saying too much when you're with the client because you're trying to say. And so what I have learned is not to give clients too much information because they can't handle it,
They
right?
can't move.
Even if you've been at a seminar or workshop or something, like your brain is almost like a funnel, and there will be a bottleneck of so much information can go in. So same thing for our clients, and so be aware of that. And it's that I'm not good enough, so I got to keep proving to you. I got to keep proving to you. I got to keep proving to you. So I'm hustling, 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 as opposed to stepping back and being in the ease and the flow of giving you exactly what you need,
Yeah.
which for some of our clients will feel like they're asking us for a cup of water because they're thirsty in a particular area, and we're giving them a water hose. We're just showering with water. And
Yeah.
that can come from that over delivering. But there's a balance. There's a balance. So there's a way you can serve your client like perfectly
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
not over deliver to the point where you're hurting yourself.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I think you want to wow them, but not over deliver to the point where you're burning yourself out. So
Yeah.
that's excellent. That's excellent. Because and I know for some of you guys that hit a little chord, because when she says it hits a little chord with me, but I want to over deliver. I want to over deliver. I want to over deliver. And so over deliver in a way that serves you and them well, and not
Yeah.
everything is about how you do it, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so if you're over delivering from a spirit of I'm not good enough, that's not going to feel good to you or them, and you're going to be burning yourself out. But if you're serving, which I think is big, a place of I want this particular client to be wowed. What's the extra thing that I can do that will have them feel wowed without me burning myself out? Because it's not coming from a place of I got to because they won't stay because they won't feel valued
That's
or they won't feel I value myself. Go ahead.
that is the foundation of everything because what is the energy and the spirit that you are serving from or delivering
Yeah.
from, period.
Yeah.
And that's how you exhaust yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and burn yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, Natalie. Like, if you are serving from a lack space, which,
Mm-hmm.
listen, tap in,
Mm-hmm.
guys. If you are delivering from a lack energy or a lack space and feeling because you feel like you're not enough, that is what is going to wear you out. And
Yeah.
then guess what? You're going to attract clients who are going to overuse you.
Mm-hmm.
and take advantage of your information. Or either, you have the people who will take your information and run with it. And
Yep.
then you have the people who will take your information and take it for granted,
Yep.
and then those people who will take, just take it and
Yep.
say, you know what, I need more and
Mm-hmm.
demand more because you gave so much. So
Mm-hmm.
what is all of that going to do? All of that is
Yeah.
going to deplete you and exhaust you.
Yeah.
And it's up to us as seasoned and experienced coaches, mentors.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to
Mm-hmm.
you to discern. Like Natalie said, you have to know how, when, and what to give to who, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I think these are the things that for us being, seasoned entrepreneurs, being in the game for so long, these are lessons that you have to learn and you get early. You get to
Mm-hmm.
a space, and I would say, I think attorneys are really good at this.
Mm-hmm.
Because my relationship with therapists, I realize is so much like the beauty professionals. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that we all move so much alike. But
Mm.
I don't know an attorney that
Right.
underprices themselves.
You know what? When you think of it, I don't either, but I bet if we took 100 African American females, I'm gonna say women of color, I'm gonna include all
Mhm,
brown
mhm,
girls, all black and
mhm,
brown girls,
mhm.
and we looked at what they were charging versus what their counterpart, their Caucasian male
Yeah,
counterpart,
yeah,
was
yeah.
charging, I
Mhm.
bet we would see it because
Guarantee.
the national statistics are women are still underpaid. And
Mhm,
I
mhm.
had a friend who worked in the women's bureau, and one of the things that we happened to get in a conversation one time is that she said half the reason women are underpaid is because they don't negotiate for themselves.
Mm,
They
mm,
don't. They don't ask. They don't ask. And I got to
mm.
tell y'all, I've been in some positions where I've had some white men ask of me some things, and only thing I could say is, I can't believe you asked me that. Like, I just
Yeah,
can't believe you asked for that. Like,
yeah.
where in a million years would that happen with anybody?
Wow.
Um, and after I got over the shock of it and said no, I had to take a step back and say, okay, Lord, what you teaching me? You
Mhm,
teaching me to ask. You're
mhm.
teaching me to ask.
Four more.
To
Four more.
ask for it all. Ask for it
Mhm.
all.
Ask for it all.
Ask for it all. I don't care if you think that they gave you the best offer ever. I want you to send that offer back and ask for more.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. And just because it's overwhelming to you or so great to you, don't mean it was great for them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Especially if you're in HR, you doing a job or something. Send it back. Ask for something
Yeah.
else. Ask for something
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
If you're a
And
woman, always ask for more. Go
yes,
ahead.
we have the attitude of being afraid to ask for more when
Mhm.
people expect it. So many
Mhm.
people expect it, especially
Yeah.
the way. That's why I'm huge on, you know, coaching my clients into a space where
Yeah.
you should be captivating your audience before they say one word. So
Yeah.
that right there keeps their expectations high of you, number
Mhm.
one. So when they see your images, when they see you,
Yeah.
conversing with others and collaborating, they should have high expectations. And then you should be able to meet those, having your back end. This is,
Yes.
one of your
Yes.
superpowers, having that back end together, so that when people reach out, they get the same energy that
Yeah.
they got when they met you.
Yeah.
But I am big on captivate them, lock them in. When
Right.
they see you, when they meet you,
Mhm.
if they're your people, they're going to be sold
Yes.
immediately. Now it's up to you to close the deal
Mhm.
with your business ethic and the way that you move about in
Yeah.
business. But if you are dealing with the imposter syndrome,
Then you're not gonna do that.
you're not going to do it. You're going to what? You're going to procrastinate,
You're gonna,
right?
oh, is that not item number two? Okay, talk about that procrastination.
Okay.
Because,
Mhm.
and I want to remind y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, but back in what was that, January, that I was struggling. I went to get those workshops done with the procrastination.
Mhm.
Imposter syndrome had got me. Y'all, I've lived it, living
Mhm.
it there, leaving it
Mhm.
now. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And what did we do? We took immediate action.
No, we did. I got all those workshops up. Mhm.
Immediate action.
Look,
And here
and
they
they're
are.
making me money.
Yeah, and then that gives you the confidence you need. So with
Mhm.
that, so here's the other thing with the underpricing and the over delivering, and you not thinking that you're good enough, like those are confidence shrinkers. You
Yeah.
know, those are gift killers.
Mhm.
If you're not operating in your confidence, that means you're not operating in your gift, right?
Mhm.
So that's why you procrastinate because
Yeah.
you're not believing in you.
Yeah.
So this is what procrastination looks like, okay? Procrastination looks like hesitating, when you have an
Yeah.
idea to do something, instead of just doing it,
Mhm.
you think twice. Oh, that negative thought comes up and you
Mhm.
you lean more toward the negative thought than you
Mhm.
do the take action thought,
Yep. Yep.
right? That's what imposter syndrome looks like
Yeah.
because you're saying, "Ah, I'm not ready, I'm not enough.
Right.
What if, this and that, no, 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 no,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
No. You have to take action. You have to take massive action.
Yeah.
That is Tony
Robins?
Robin. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's his thing, massive action.
Right.
And a lot of people aren't in agreement with that, but you have to know who you are. That's where that discernment comes in at. If you know
Mhm.
that you are a procrastinator and a
Mhm.
hesitator and an overthinker, you probably need to do massive
Yeah.
action. And like with Mel
Mhm.
Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Like you have to really truly implement
Yeah.
these methods
Yeah.
into your lifestyle. Like I do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go very, very often because
Okay. Wait, educate me on that.
so
I
Mel
know Tony
Robbins,
Robbins, but I never took any of his courses. So give it to
yeah,
me.
so Mel Robbins, you know who that is, the lady
Oh,
with
Mel Robbins? No.
yes,
Okay.
she's a coach. But her method is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 go method. And basically, when you're overthinking and when you're doubting yourself, every time you have a doubt, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 go. Just go.
Mm,
Don't hesitate and overthink.
gotcha.
Even in the morning when you wake up and you don't feel like going to work out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 go.
Yeah.
Get up. You
Gotcha.
know, so everything, and it's simple. That's why I
Mhm.
love it so much. Anything that you're doing, like if you pull up at a place where you may not want to go, and boom, here comes an excuse that you know,
Mhm.
may not, that can lead you in the other direction. It's like, nope, you need to go in here. Five,
Yeah.
four, three, two, one, go.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so and that has been really helpful for me. Because I've been a huge overthinker,
Mhm.
and here's the thing, while you've been an innovator, while you've been,
Mhm.
while you are an OG in your industry, you've been here a long time, you stepped out a long time ago before a lot of people were even thinking about it, you know, a lot of failures
Yeah.
and lessons that we've had
Yes.
in business, those are the things that have caused you the traumas,
Yeah.
the business
The
trauma,
business trauma.
the relationship traumas. Those are the things that end up holding you back and getting you in that imposter syndrome chokehold.
Yes. Let me
And
say a
that,
couple of other things that I want y'all to realize that y'all may not think is imposter syndrome and under this procrastination. You
mhm,
creating a post and not posting it.
yeah,
You shooting video for a
mhm,
post and can't post it. It just
yeah,
don't, it's just in your phone. It's been in your phone for weeks
mhm,
and months now. You ain't posted it yet.
mhm,
You, as opposed to launching your own product, you take another course. Oh, I don't
mhm,
know enough yet. And so, as opposed to doing what you go take another course. Well, I don't know enough. Well, I don't know enough. I don't know enough. Okay,
mhm, mhm,
you
mhm.
know a lot.
Yeah.
Go with what you got. So
Mhm.
five, four, two,
Go a lot,
five,
go with what
four,
you got.
three, two, one, action. That's on everything. So
Mhm,
whatever you're thinking right now, if you're thinking anything, I don't know enough, that's your imposter syndrome.
mhm,
Stop it. You know enough, do it. And you can always learn along the way.
mhm.
So let the problem come up and then go learn about it.
Mhm,
So y'all are just like taking classes and courses and I don't know this, 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 and gathering all of this knowledge and still not taking action.
mhm,
And so
mhm.
go take action. Please take
Yeah,
action.
Yeah,
Like
take
just
action.
and find somebody in your life that can hold you accountable
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
taking action. Like
Yeah.
who can say, I ain't seen a social media post from you in like a week. What's going on? You ain't
Mhm.
come across my feed. What's going on? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's so much information, but I think
Mhm.
identifying, like helping people identify what it looks like. I
Yeah.
think that's the key because a lot of people think like, oh, now ADHD is a buzzword,
Yeah.
so everyone's referring to that. Oh, I procrastinate because I got this distraction and that distraction, and maybe so, but really it will probably go back to the imposter syndrome. You know,
Oh, girl, stop it. You were stepping on so many toes today.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
and let me
The
say,
root.
as the mental health therapist in the room,
Mhm.
just because you have a diagnosis does not mean you don't have to do all the things that regular people have to do. So the point of having a label is so that now you can go effectively and efficiently figure out the tricks, the skills, and the tools that you need to live your life to the maximum without that thing hindering you anymore. And it seems like everybody is just like, oh, I got this. That mean I can't do. That does not mean you can't do. It doesn't. Oh, I'm triggered. I can't do it. Get over the trigger, please. Okay, I'm gonna get off my
You are
soapbox. But if
now
I hear one more
informed.
person say, I'm triggered, that's why I can't. You triggered, that's why you need to.
Yeah.
If
Ooh,
you are
ooh.
triggered by the thing, then you need to keep doing it until you are no longer triggered by it. And that's just it. That's how you work through the trigger. It's
Right.
no,
Okay.
it's no difference than I'm scared of snakes. Okay, if you
Yeah.
scared of snakes, I got to put you with a snake if that's the fear that you're trying to overcome. And so
Yes.
first I might start out with a picture of a snake. Then we might start about looking at the snake from across the parking lot. Then we might have to start, then we can go by the zoo. Then we might go into the zoo. Then we might eventually get you with the snake, but we got to put you with the snake. It cannot be this, oh, I'm triggered, so I can't. It needs to be, oh, I'm triggered and I'm about to work over that thing because that thing ain't gonna, there's no way that what triggered me in 2024 is still gonna be triggering me in 2025.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
cannot let my life be held up and
Mhm.
put in this box because
Mhm.
of all these
Mhm.
triggers. Come
Mhm.
on, y'all.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
okay, I digress. That's the mental health therapist. I'm
No,
passing it
you
back to you.
are so on point, Natalie. Now that you are informed, you are now accountable and responsible for your actions. Um, I, gosh, I never forget having this conversation about, meds. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be transparent. I have all the symptoms, right? But I have a very close friend who's in the insurance industry.
Mm-hmm.
She made it very clear to me, be careful what you get on your record. Be
Mm.
very careful what you get on your record because a lot of times when we're going to the hospital and or going to get diagnosed for different things,
Mm-hmm.
you might be misdiagnosed or you might be,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people are getting things for their records for work.
Mm-hmm.
You might be getting things on your record for
Yeah.
this job so that you can get some time off, but then you're trying to move up. And then this job is seeing on your records that, oh,
Mm-hmm.
mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
I was very aware. So I said, okay. So I was like, I'm always, anytime somebody is talking about some meds, I'm like, there has to be a holistic approach to this situation.
Okay.
Right.
But wait, let me say something on that.
Okay.
Yes, there is a holistic approach to most things.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
problem is people won't do the holistic approach.
They won't. They
Just
won't.
like there's a holistic approach to me losing weight.
Mm-hmm.
If I do all of the holistic things, eat correctly, eat the vegetables, more vegetables than bread. If I go to the gym consistently, I will lose weight. But
Mm-hmm.
if you figure out after I'm gonna say a year that you are not able to do the holistic things, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and get in the med. especially if it has been around more than 20 years and we have the research on it now.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Discernment,
There we go.
discernment.
Please,
Am I
please
going?
discernment and
Yeah.
know what works, because what works for you may not work for somebody else. Now, if you're the holistic person and you've been holisticking it up for the last 20 years, then you're probably fine. But if you're not the person that's been holisticking up, which is not a word, I know y'all, but who's been
Right.
living a very holistic
We
lifestyle,
understand.
don't all of a sudden now be like, no, I'm gonna do this the holistic way. You don't know nothing about holistic. Stop.
Right.
Stop. You don't know
Yeah.
nothing about holistic.
They work together. You
Thank
know,
you. Please say
I
that.
say all the time, you know, doctors and medicines weren't created for nothing. You
Say
know,
that
you
again.
can get on just to get a jump start, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but don't be dependent on anything,
Yeah.
you know, that isn't good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and discern what is good and what's not. Like she just said, yeah, it's really, there's so many layers to it. You just have to become self-aware of what your needs are.
Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
talk about this a lot
We
on
do,
this
because
podcast.
it's figuring out, because that's so much of life is not accepting life on life's terms, but you saying, what's the best way for me to handle this? I need to get from point A to B. What's the best way to
Yeah,
handle this? I
yeah.
need to have a better blah, blah, blah. What's the best way for me to handle this? And make sure that you're constantly working on every part of yourself and every part of your life. So if
Yeah.
you have a result in your life that you don't like, understand, or actually, let me say a harvest. If you have a harvest in your life that you
Yeah.
don't like, understand that you sowed those seeds. So now, if you want a different harvest, you need to sow some different seeds.
Yeah.
Period. Period.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's no, unless you want to stay on that cycle. In that
It's
cycle,
true.
if
If
you're
it's working for
comfortable
you,
in that
work it.
place, you know, I just, the people that I interact with, like yourself, people that I keep around me, we want to grow and move forward. And if we have people around us who are sitting in a cycle that is not serving them, guess what? We're going to call them out.
Yeah.
We say we want more, we have to do the work,
That's
you
true.
know, and this is why this conversation was so important today, because I'm like, hey,
Hey.
I don't think you understand what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, maybe because of the industries that they're in or their work environments, they don't even know what the word means, you know? So, but could be heavily dealing with it
Yes.
and won't move forward
Yeah.
in life or business.
You have some statistics, and I don't think you've said those out loud before, and I want you to, because even when I read the statistics you sent me, I was like, wow, I didn't realize it was that many people.
Yeah, 70%.
Wow.
Yeah, 70%.
So I'm
And I will tell
normal if I'm dealing with imposter syndrome. I'm in the majority.
very normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so many people got so much pride in I don't deal with this and I don't deal with that. Well, I was introduced to the possibilities of the whole ADHD thing when one of my clients was in my chair taking care of some business, and you know, she was a high level exec in IBM at the time, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't take my meds. I'm all over the place." And I was like, "What meds?" She said, she called it something. And it wasn't Adderall, it was something else. She's like, yeah. She's like, they just cleared the clouds for me. I was like, oh. First of all, that she was transparent enough to have the conversation.
Yeah.
And you know who she was and what she was dealing with. It really opened up the door for me to start to research, and that continued research is how I end up finding out about the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Because I just went down a rabbit hole of just a lot of the symptoms that people deal with in so many different ways. Like, you have to think about, so if you find yourself just procrastinating, there's something that you don't believe. There's a cycle, there's something that happens somewhere that tells you that you're probably not good enough. So don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to see you. Like those, that's where the hesitation and the overthinking
Yeah.
comes in. We said that before. But I want you to look at your everyday life and think about how many times you have an idea or the idea to call a person,
Yeah.
even down to, I had to send out a text message earlier today, someone I've been meaning to call for weeks and check on. Just send a text like, hey, I haven't seen
Mm-hmm.
you. I'm just checking in. That's it. Sometimes people
Oh,
need their time,
that's
but,
true.
so I want to do a wellness check. Lost a really great friend this week, a really great
Mm.
friend. And I'm like, and this is someone we constantly check on each other. Haven't
Yeah.
seen each other in a
Yeah.
year or two or so. We still checking in,
Mhm.
and we pick up where we left off. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I got a list of people to call and check in on.
Mhm.
But that hesitation, even on the personal side, why would you hesitate to call and check on someone? Is it because maybe the last time we talked, they
Yeah.
didn't sound too enthusiastic to hear from me? Or the
Mhm.
last time maybe we had a miscommunication, or well,
Mhm.
they're too busy. I get so sick of that. You're busy, you're busy, you're busy. Stop assuming that.
Right. Right.
Because what
And
you're
what's the
saying,
reality? Because the reality is when you call me, I don't call you back. Or it's reality when you call me, I try my best to pick up and return your call. Like, what's the
yeah.
reality? Go ahead.
Yeah. Or
Mhm.
like I tell people, if you don't hear from me, it's most likely because I'm waiting until I can talk to you instead of, hey, gotta go. Like I know how
Yeah.
I converse with you. We get on the phone and talk for hours.
Right.
So give me a minute. It might take me a couple days to a week to get back. As long as you're okay and you don't need me, which I expect my friends to say, hey, I need you. And
Right.
that's the message. Hey, they know what to send to get me.
Yeah.
And then when they don't, it's aggravating because I'm like, I'm not too busy for you. I just need to talk to you at a certain time.
Mhm.
You
That's
know,
what they
but
say.
that imposter syndrome will tell you stories. You will make up stories in your head
Well.
that come from,
Mhm.
well,
Mhm.
I'm not good enough. She'll call me back when she gets a chance. She's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
That's coming from a lack space. No,
That's
you
true.
are an amazing person that deserves a call back, that deserves a check-in from whoever that
Yeah.
you want one from. And if you are begging someone, you don't want their attention
Gotcha.
anyway. You know what I mean? So we just overthink so much and lack.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
is imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm not enough. I don't think that they think that I'm worthy of a phone call back. Did
Girl. Oh
they
my God.
find me out? Did they find out that I'm really not who I say I am? Is that why they're not calling me back or reaching out? You know,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
so many things. Okay.
so many.
Winding us down in the last 5 minutes, give us a recap. What do you want people to take away from this call today? What's the
Okay.
action steps they need to be doing?
Okay, so what I want you to take away from this call today is I
Mhm.
need you to think about, how you really feel about yourself when you have an idea, when you want to say something,
Yeah.
when you want to make a call, when you want to take some action, like think about why you did not.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
every time you don't think about why didn't I?
Hmm.
Okay, literally get a little notebook and say,
Hmm.
why didn't I?
Yep.
You have to get more serious about, the actions that you're not taking and the actions that you are taking,
Yeah,
right?
this is so good. I really hope y'all are taking this. And because I'm gonna do
Yes,
the same thing. Yeah.
yes. So, and I want you to think more about, so these buzzwords that we have out here now, the procrastination, the ADHD, all this stuff, I need you to think about, taking a look at yourself and just understanding like, okay, if I
Yeah.
could be dealing with this, yeah, I'm very accomplished. I know a lot of people who are very, very accomplished. They will
Yeah.
knock that list off. But then over here in the personal side,
Right.
they're not.
Right.
There's
And
always an area, right? that
Yeah,
you're lacking,
it is.
period.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know, so I need you to get very, very self-aware of
Yeah.
where you might be dealing with this imposter syndrome. All right. And
Mm-hmm.
then I want you to go back and I want you to daily
Mm-hmm.
go get your notebook, write it down, put
Mm-hmm.
it in your notes. Writing it down is so much more significant because it just, it
Yeah.
opens your energy into a different space of thinking.
Yeah.
The thought process is different when you write things down. The script.
Yes. Say that. Please say that.
Yes. Yeah.
Please say that.
So the old school writing, trust me,
Yeah.
it's something that's really important. Write as much as you possibly can. I'm not a big
Mhm.
writer, but I write important things down.
Yeah.
Um, and then I want you to get in your practice every single day of truly speaking into your life what it is you
Ooh.
want. Pay
Say that.
attention to what you're saying that
Mm-hmm.
you don't want and
Mm-hmm.
replace it with what you do want.
Mm-hmm.
And next week, I think what we'll do is, if we can, along with your topic, Natalie, is I will talk about EFT. Okay. We will talk
Mm-hmm.
about tapping. Okay. And
Yeah.
how tapping can help you to
Yeah.
reinforce the things that
Yeah.
you are thinking and feeling in a positive way. All
Oh, that's
right.
really, really good. That's really
Yeah.
good. My
Yeah. So we'll
topic
go
for next week is going to be seed time and harvest.
seed time of
This
harvest. Okay. Great.
spring, it's time to talk about seed time and harvest. I want to catch all of those people who really don't make their New Year's resolutions and kind of affirmations until springtime,
Mhm,
because I know
mhm.
a lot of people kind of still honor the winter and honor that the seasons.
Yeah.
And so seed time and harvest, because I am noticing, I don't think people are understanding that the seeds you have sown got you here.
Mhm.
If you want to go there, you have to sow the seeds to get you there. And what
Yeah.
does that look like? Because they're often very different.
Very,
Often
very,
very
very
different.
different.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So I am all excited about that. You guys, Cherie stepped all over our toes and gave us a spanking today. I'm going to take this information and really look at still look at all of my actions, because it is imposter syndrome and procrastination. Like it's running together. Well, why am I not doing this? And it's
Yeah.
so funny how you can do it in one area that you overcome and then slow down in another area. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's something you could always be struggling with a little
Yeah.
bit, you know.
Or
But the
not
goal
doing
is
wholeheartedly.
hopefully, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying hopefully you catch it faster and you deal with it faster.
Yeah.
Like you
Mhm.
catch it and you deal with it, you catch it and you deal with it, you catch it and you deal with it faster and faster and faster. And so
Yeah.
something that used to slow you down for 2 months now only slows you down for 2 days. Then we want to
Yeah.
get to the point where it slows you down no more than 2 hours.
That's
So
good.
that,
Very, very
yeah,
good.
that's what we're looking for. So okay, all right, we love you guys. What else, Sharice, was you gonna say before we
Well, I
say
was just
bye?
saying showing up wholeheartedly.
Oh,
Sometimes we half-ass show up. That's an imposter syndrome too. So yeah,
yes, that's
just wanted
true.
to say
That's very true.
that.
That's very, very true. That's very true. All right, people. All right, we'll see y'all next week. All
All
right,
right.
bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.